not what I'm used to. Just wanna try you on. I'm curious for you.
It was June, I was 10. I still think of that day now and then. A parade and a girl, and a crowd of thousands. She sat straight as a queen, only 8, but so proud and serene. How they cheered, how I stared in that crowd of thousands. Then I started to run and to call out her name as the crowd on the road went wild. I reached out with my hand and looked up, and then she smiled. The parade traveled on, with the sun in my eyes. She was gone. But if I were still 10, in that crowd of thousands, I'd find her again.
You're making me feel I was there too.
Maybe you were. Make it part of your story too.
A
A parade
passing by.
passing by.
It was hot, not a cloud in the sky. Then a girl caught my eye. In a crowd of thousands, with fair skin and a grin. There were guards, but she dodged in between. Yes, she made herself seen in that crowd of thousands. Then she called out my name and she started to run through the sun and the heat and crowd. And I tried not to smile, but I smiled. And then she bowed.
I didn't tell you that.
You didn't have to. I remember. The parade traveled on, with the sun in my eyes. You were gone, but I knew even then, in a crowd of thousands, I'd find you again.
Your Highness? Look at how they crawl around upon the ground like little ants.
Yes, but how they fascinate, confusing fate with what is merely chance.
Isn't it a laugh?
Isn't it a shame?
Thinking there is someone in heaven to blame.
Yes, but even while blaming fate for the lives that they lead, they hope for the lives that they need.
Living every day till the day they die, never getting answers.
Yes, still asking why, going through the motions as if there will be a reward.
While we stay eternally bored,
They're
they're shove
this thing they call love
till they fall. Isn't it a farce?
Isn't it a waste?
Struggling to face what can never be faced.
Yes, but maybe death can release something more than we share.
I really don't know and don't care. They're only humans standing still, doomed to live pushing boulders uphill. Only human after all. So they give and they take,
Hoping someone will help break their fall.
they will pray, curse, live, die, never knowing their truth is another man's lie.
Eat, sleep, love, hate like a leaf blowing in the wind.
Watch them all vacillate. They're only human. They can see all the years they could give you and me. Only